Do you know what time it is? It's Clobberin time. Dun, 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 dun.
We should have been better schooled on that.
I should have sent out the memo on that thing.
We should practice that.
All together. Let's do it on 3. 1, 2. It's Clobberin time. It's on 3, not after 3, guys. That's how that works. When I say on 3,
Okay.
You say 1, 2, and then silent 3. So
Gotcha. All right.
On 3, though.
I'm leaving. No, anyway.
We're not doing it.
So anyways, how's the former champ Jay Hood doing?
It's not so much the agony of defeat. It's the
agony of embarrassment.
I had the ammunition in my gun and I didn't shoot it.
I'm telling you, this is hindsight Comicgories right here. Hindsight.
We'll get more into that in a few minutes, but before we do, just want to say morning, everybody. It's a bright, shiny Saturday morning where we are, but we're in a basement as usual, so the differences make. But thanks for joining us.
It snowed yesterday.
It did. It was 70 degrees last week, and it snowed this week and stuck.
I like to just remember the 70 degrees. I'm good. It's 70 degrees in my head all the time.
So, what's piqued your interest, or you noticing news or anything? Oh, by the way, we got Coach Vic as usual.
Yeah, you didn't pop us off. You gotta give us the intro.
And we've got the great Alan Schell, 76, with us too.
Go Alan. Go Alan. It's your birthday.
Thanks for being
here. It was my birthday.
It was
the 10th of last Friday was my birthday.
And had you been here live this morning, I would have given you something. So I've got something in reserve for you for your birthday.
Nice.
That scares me, the way you said that.
Good. It won't be a clunk on the head on your way out the door.
Right. Well, that's happened. Remember that time we went to, was it space?
Yeah.
And you don't want to tell this story?
I know this story's going to come up sometime, someday, so let's get over there.
Okay, so we're doing space.
Wait, first, what is space? What is
space?
No, it's an independent comic book show. And when we say independent, it means it's a show about independent comic books. And these comic books are pretty much so independent, you would walk in and just a regular collector probably wouldn't know.
Think of the homemade show.
We'll just say there was comic books printed on toilet paper, like non-sarcastically.
I don't know if that's literally true.
Literally.
But it's
on toilet paper.
If you found comic books printed on toilet paper, would be the show you'd find it at. All right, so tell the story.
It was space.
It was.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so space, small press, whatever. Fun show. We had we printed something.
This is when we had like the local area creators. Geographically in our area, we had maybe like a dozen kind of aspiring creators that wanted to be.
So we were doing the anthology at the time.
What's that?
Was it the anthology?
I think so. So we had this group of artists and writers, and the local comic shop kind of sponsored the printing. Or did we have to pay? I think we did have to pay.
We paid a little. I'm sure they paid a lot more than they wanted to.
So it was a kind of a shared printed book. It was a big like digest, a nice glossy big 64-page, I think, comic book.
It was
we all contributed. Al wrote a story, I drew it, and they had other team ups like that. But yeah, we went to space, I think, to promote or sell that book.
Mm-hmm. So anyways, we'd gotten there sooner than our buddy Casey Hain, the owner of BuyMeToys.com. You probably won't watch this, so we can tell it. Anyways, so we were up in our hotel room, being us. And
we rolled in late. It was about midnight or so.
Yeah, well, they got in late, right?
Yeah.
And so we were like, "Hey, come on up." He had beers, right?
Yep.
So the one thing about Casey is he likes warm Heineken. Warm. He doesn't. I mean, room temperature Heineken.
Yes.
So anyways, we're like, "Yeah, come on up, man. Just come on up." So he comes up and he's got beers. We didn't know this at the time. He's got Heineken. For the story, he has Heineken.
But
Anyways,
we were plotting against him.
yeah. So what I'm doing now? Who was it? We decided to throw. We had a blanket, and one of us was gonna hide on the inside of the door. So when he comes in, we were gonna throw it over him and like, oh, we were just gonna surprise. It's called surprise fun.
It's what do we do after we throw the blanket over him?
Yeah.
The mystery.
We throw the blanket. He comes in. We throw the blanket over him, and then we beat him to death. End of story. And then he came back to life.
That would have been more interesting.
Oh, wow. No, what happens is he goes, I got beers. I got beers. That's how I remember it. And then Jamie's giggling the whole time as he always. Yeah.
And what was my line?
I don't know. What is your line?
Is that all we're going to do?
Oh, is that? Yeah. He wanted to rough him up. He had a sock full of like rocks and stuff. He was aiming for his ankles and knees.
Movie with Bad Boys. Got a pillowcase full of pop.
Yeah.
The old Sean.
We had
Bad Boys from.
All they had was Diet Coke, so we were like, yeah, I don't care about that. What's gonna happen is gonna. I remember that. Right. Remember that with Sean Penn, and they filled it and just beat the. Or you could have got soap and towels like Full Metal Jacket. Actually, what Jamie was saying, he had a sledgehammer and he wanted to misery Casey. He wanted to put him on there. Put this hammer. Where did this show go already?
I know, right? We're already off the rails. So, comic book news. Anything happening? I mean, there's nothing to get published, but that's kind of part of what's in the news, right?
My favorite comic book company. Marvel, DC, whatever. I'm a Boom guy.
A what?
Boom Studios.
Boom Studios. They just signed a deal with Netflix. And so I'm looking forward to see which stuff they're going to promote first. Apparently it's for live action and animated stuff too.
Cool.
So
I'm big on Something's Killing the Children. So.
Yeah.
What?
Get in on that. Didn't they start a second storyline with that or something?
Yeah, it was. They'll publish books and you think they're miniseries and they end up they keep going. So.
That's what they do with Once in the Future. It's just like, oh, well, this is really good. Let's just keep it going.
Can't beat it.
So we're going to talk about adaptions. I am looking forward to the Invincible because I'm a huge Skybound nut. Invincible. They did Invincible. They did, of course, Walking Dead.
Right.
I don't know who's got it. I think it's the guys that did Preacher, Seth Rogen, and Alan Goldberg, or I forgot his name. And they got the rights to do Invincible, and I'm just waiting on that. I thought that was going to be like a Netflix thing too. I think that would make a great series instead of a movie. Because if anybody's ever read Invincible, it's a good story. It's like, have you ever read Invincible, Jamie?
I read like the first 2 trades, I think, and I heard it got better after that. So
it's homey. You know what I mean? It's like you get like, oh, this feels. You get to know them. To me, it's very Ditko, Romita, Spider-Man is very much like that. Where now comic books have. When new writers come in, you get that like, well, there's a whole new story. There's a whole new person being this superhero. Right.
When you've got like one guy kind of, it's his creation. He's steering the ship. This Todd McFarlane does it with Spawn, but Spawn seems to go nowhere. But the antithesis of that is someone like Kirkman who kind of starts something and he's got like a long-term vision. He might not have every detail figured out, but he knows where he's going with it.
To me, it feels like, kind of an homage to a lot of superhero books. I mean, just like Walking Dead's an homage to all the, zombie movies and stuff. Invincible is kind of the homage of all like Superman and Spider-Man stuff. So that's why I like it, because it's got my little cliches in there, those little sweet tropes that everybody loves or hates. You gotta love tropes, right?
Yep.
But then it puts its spin on it, and it's good. So I recommend Invincible, even though they broke my heart by stopping the book.
It seems like there are two types of people. There are the people that love Invincible and the people that haven't read it.
Well, there you go.
You read the first 2 trades, and you're like, yeah.
Well, I just didn't get far enough. I mean, my opinion of it is kind of neutral. It was okay what I read, but
we'll see. Kind of funny. Just the exact opposite. You mentioned Preacher. I was watching this. I saw like the first few episodes of the TV show Preacher, and so I was watching this YouTube channel, and the guy said there's like the 10 trades you need to have or something like that, or omnibuses you need to have. He said Preacher. He said don't let the TV show hurt what was a great series. Like, okay.
I read some Preacher. I didn't watch the TV show, but what I heard was the first season kind of is almost like a preamble to what they did in the comics.
Oh, okay.
I watched pretty much all of the Preachers, and I mean, it's kind of it's funny, but I get tired of I'm not gonna say the God bashing or whatever, but the whole like, oh, God's on Earth type stuff. That's why I don't know. As I watched the
See, that's why I'm curious to read.
What is it? David Tennant movie? David Tennant and the one guy. They were like one's a demon and one's an angel. Good Omens or something.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, good morning, Discovery Bay. Thanks for stopping in. We're just getting the show rolling.
Letting people wake up. We're still waking up.
Well, he's on the West Coast, so he's up extra early.
Ah, sweet.
1 o'clock his time.
Let me take a look at these sweet stickers. That's Cyber. Remember Cyber?
Oh yeah.
Didn't you just do a issue a hand with the Sam Keith Wolverine?
We did the Max.
Oh, you did the Max. Well, it's the same. Look, that's the Max. It's Cyber, but it's the Max. I got this great Bishop. I got him from my girl for my birthday. She totally forgot my birthday. But then, like, all of a sudden, I got these in the mail. It actually made my day,
Nice.
Because they're so tacky. I'm a sticker freak now. I love stickers,
See, I like art, but when I get a sticker, I'm like, where am I going to stick this?
There's an Ultraman. Ultraman, here he comes from the sky. It's great. Yeah, that's a decal. Well, what I do is like my posters. I frame my posters. Like, I don't know, you probably can't see. This used to be a poster back here. And so then what I do is I put the stickers all on the, the plastic or whatever it is to cover up the poster. Eventually, then you have that. Right. Then you have all these stickers. I think it's pretty fun. So I don't know if you can see it on the big Alex Ross poster I have behind everything. I started putting stickers over here. I got the Batman 66 sticker over here that I made. I mean, I've been making my own stickers recently, so I'm just sticking them all over everything.
We need to make a sticker to send Discovery Bay, and I don't know if he puts it on a mug or we need to put it on a mug. That way we can be on one of the weekday shows.
Yep. I need to do a T-shirt too. Well, speaking of T-shirts, I didn't have time to plug it in for this show, but we have a sponsor.
We have a sponsor?
We do.
You finally have a sponsor? Where's the money? I don't see the money in the thing. What? I'll tell you what, decided I need to get my T-shirts out there. I need to get my artwork out there. So I have a page, tpublic.com, Alan Schell 76, right?
Yep.
And if you want to check out my Instagram as well, I have a bunch of pictures of my sweet t-shirt designs. But unfortunately, this is not one of them. This I decided I'm going to pimp
marketing
them.
game.
So this is actually some friends of mine called T-24.com. So if you want to check them out first, because they're a convention, I gotta.
They're not paying. We can't mention them.
Well, through me. I'm looking out for some friends here. Look at this sweet Futurama Invaders T-shirt that they got from them. Well, see, they're convention guys. They make their living from conventions.
Gotcha.
I want to help them out. I mop toilets. I can get paid doing mopping toilets. So if you got this time, man, go check out T-24.com.
But especially check out Alan Schell 76.
Yeah, and Alan Schell 76 on TeePublic. But look both of them. I also do custom work. If you guys want, something fancy. If you want like a picture of your own, a picture of you, a picture of your family as superheroes. Ask Jamie.
Brown Hornet T-shirt.
I haven't.
Have you ever done a Brown Hornet T-shirt?
I have a Brown Hornet.
See?
Ooh.
I got a Brown Hornet and all those guys. I have the ship and the what is he? He's not a toaster, is he? He's a phone or something. What's this little guy that he has running around with him?
Oh yeah, man. I know what you're talking about. But
he's got the cabbie hat on. Yeah, Beavis and Butthead. The Who's Your Nerd saying we need more Beavis and Butthead shirts. I'll do a Beavis and Butthead shirt. I'll put one out. I go to TeePublic. I got plenty of ones. I got I got Brown Hornet. I got Gleek. One of the top sellers are like the Wonder Twins. People love the Wonder Twins.
Cool.
I also have
two objects.
Hmm?
It's not just basically two random objects on a shirt.
What, the Wonder Twins?
He's actually got him doing the superpowers activate thing.
Yeah, I got the powers activated. Oh no, I should do one of a bucket of water and a weird looking animal.
Yep, like eagle or something.
If you ever read the Super Friends comic book, it was Zan, or what was it? Was it Zan? Jana? Yeah, he could actually turn into more stuff. Anything snow,
Anything water related.
Yeah, so he turned into like an ice giant once. They never do that in the TV show. That's why the comic book's always better. They had a new Wonder Twins comic book. I never picked it up because
You don't like
it's not for me.
Yeah.
So anything else happening in the community this week or around that you stood out to you? Anybody?
He didn't mean to cut you off. We do need to do like an ad, like a legit video or
right.
Some images so we can show.
Yeah.
No, I said we need to get one.
Oh.
So, but yeah, so here's what I've seen in the YouTube comic book community this week. We'll cover Comicgories in just a second, but we had I don't want to get too kind of serious about it, but we did have a death in the community this week. A YouTuber named OMG Chris, and the Boy7 who runs Comicgories is running an auction for him today, starting I believe at 11 or noon Eastern time.
Yeah,
that will be a benefit auction. A lot of people in the community have donated comics will be auctioned off. I'm donating a sketch cover, so I've got like a selection of different books to choose from, and I'll be on there. I think around like 2 or 2:30 Eastern time to auction that off. And kind of the higher the bid goes, the more work I'll put into the cover. That we had that, and so we've got that going on this afternoon. We've got auctions like all day today. I think there are 3 or 4 auctions tonight, which it's kind of getting to be an overload, a little bit of oversaturation in the auction market. But I think it's just a conglomeration of people got a lot of things to sell. They've got the time to put into it, and stimulus checks are getting out there, so people are going to have a little cash to put into it.
The Rona books.
Yep.
Can't wait to stimulate the economy with my stimulus check.
So
that's what it's for. And you got to spend it. That's what they want you to do.
Yep, exactly. So, okay, Comicgories. I was on Comicgories on Monday. Went in. It was reigning champ. Went the distance. Fought my way through Captain Comics. Had to go 3 rounds with him, so he put up a great fight. And then I went up against DS, who the categories lined up, and he was able to knock out TJ the Slab Dragon Watson. And all I have is regrets.
Regrets.
Seriously, I don't. I mean, what you don't realize.
Only got 100 comic books. He said he only has 100 comic books. He got beat by a guy that only has 100 comic books. But the thing is he had that Battlefront comic, and you weren't getting over that at all.
Yeah, where I lost.
Wait a second. He could have.
No, there wasn't.
Oh.
Okay, let me put it this way. TJ had a book that would have gone head to head. He had like a Frazetta Soldier cover on a magazine. It was graded high grade. He had a fighting chance against it. Where I lost it was the behind bars category. What you don't realize until you get into Comicgories is the 30-second timer. It messes with your head. It messes with mine anyway. I mean, you think about it, 30 seconds. If you get halfway into it, it's 15 seconds. And at that point, you're like, 15 seconds is nothing. So that kind of screws with you. So what I ended up doing was I couldn't think of anything during the kind of the discussion time describing what the category was. But I knew I had what I called my hot box, a box of comics that had categories assigned to each comic.
Hot box.
I'm sorry, I tried not to laugh.
We're kids.
But so
hot box comics.
I knew I had a police category in there, and it was Judge Dredd, so I pulled that off and tried to pull that out and tried to sell it. But it took me a day to realize I had a better cover, and I realized I had it by going through my CLZ app, which I did not use during the competition, just for the record. Before I show what that book was, let's shout out the people who stopped in. Al mentioned the Who's Your Nerd stopped in. Discovery Bay is still here. Man Cave Comics has stopped in, and Coach Vic is both here and in the chat.
Both here and there.
Yeah. So the day after, I was flipping through my CLZ app just to find, okay, did I have a better contender for behind bars? And this was the first cover.
Yeah, let's pop that up so we can see that.
Yeah. So,
that's beauty. Look at that thing.
So you can't much get more behind bars than that, except you can.
Well, he didn't have a behind bars one either.
Right. But the thing is, I'll also add this.
Oh my goodness, you need to leave. Just go. That's a shameful thing there.
I know.
You're a Batman fan too. You don't remember that. And we had just talked about Carmen Infantino. And oh my goodness.
I know, right? So this was like, oh man, I could have won. And then I found this, and I'm like, oh man, I'm an idiot.
Well, you've been pulling out Supermans and stuff like that all day, and you forgot about that one. I could see forgetting about the Superboy one, but this one, I mean, yeah. I think they needed more time. You need more time to be able to pick a comic book.
Yeah, I knew I had this one. The Superboy one, I'm sure I bought it out of a dollar bin, and it went straight into a short box, and I never looked at it again.
You have, and that's what I want to ask you. Your comic books, are they in numerical and alphabetical order?
Yeah.
Okay.
But,
You need to you need to throw away all but 100 of your comic books.
I mean, that's kind of what the idea behind the hot box. It's a full short box of comics. I'm looking at it right now over Victor's head. But yeah,
labels and everything.
Yeah, I went through the Saturday before the show and pulled out. I'd been recording like a list of categories that could possibly come up, and so I'd been literally tagging these books. Now I'm giving all my strategy away if I were ever to go on the show again. But now I have a short box of comics to put away.
I felt bad voting against you on some of those. I was like, nah, well, I like the other guy's thing. But I tell you, Captain Comics, he popped out the Captain America Bicentennial big comic. That would have won. Even over the Battlefront to me, because it had everything, and it was a character we know, and it wasn't somber, and it wasn't like some guy trying to detect mines and stuff. I mean, I would have.
That took a book that had come to mind, and we went through my treasuries a few weeks ago, and it's one that was on my radar, but I knew I didn't have it. So if I'd have had it, yeah, I would have pulled. That would have been a good pull against that other cover. But
so now that you've lost horribly on Comicgories, so I'm joking. You did something I could never do because you're the Iceman, and you haven't melted yet. And I think you're gonna come back, and you're gonna come back in a big way, and you're gonna go 3 straight, and you're gonna win one of those slabs, or you'll buy one of the two. I don't know.
By the time I get back on, I'll probably will have either bought one or had one slab myself.
You're gonna be eating, sleeping, and dreaming, all that. You're gonna have all the comics. You're gonna be like Mel Gibson in the conspiracy theories. You're gonna be pinning stuff together. You're getting the Kaiser Sose. You're finding out who Kaiser Sose is. You're gonna have it all pinned up, man. I'm telling you, you got it in the bag. You just gotta give up your life, and then you'll be able to win 3 straight.
I feel like we do need to show one book though that Biggie Shad kept asking for, and it's for I Have More Muscles Than You.
Okay.
And I guarantee you this will have won it for you because this literally is a picture of somebody saying, "I have more muscles than you."
Okay, let's see it.
Oh yeah, let's see this.
This is from the collection of Coach Vic.
Yes. I was screaming Prime the whole time. Screaming Prime the whole time.
And I have a couple Primes in my collection.
Oh, you have some left? I thought I bought them all.
Okay, maybe I don't.
Yeah, Prime number one would have worked.
Did I show all those to you?
Yeah, you put them in the you put your Prime series in the Echo. That's our youth group.
Oh,
the garage sale.
Okay. Right. So I guess I don't.
So technically, that would be the first books that I bought.
Gotcha.
You also should have, if you have any Dale Keown Hulk.
Yeah, I have some. I've got, well, not some. I've got all those too. The book that came to mind was a Kelly Jones Detective Comics cover that had character's name is Amygdala. He's kind of
well, Bane was on there, and he's a ripped out, and he's got a little butt.
And that's what Comic Head 84 after the fact he put up all the books that he would have put up for the categories, and that was the one he did was the Bane cover. Hey, I want to shout out Steve Wood stopping in. Thanks for coming in. So here, transition from one competition to another. One of the things that we want to start doing on this show is, okay, so we want to cover 3 things: comic books, fun, and entertainment, or not entertainment, education. So part of that is the fact that, okay, so Coach Vic is kind of our, he's the newbie.
I'm clueless.
Let's put it to you that way. So the play along at home is people that are new to comics, come watch this stuff, and we're going to educate Coach Vic and the audience on some of the things that we as more experienced collectors, it's kind of old hat to us, So we're going to just touch on a few comic book 101 type of things as we go. And I think one of the fun things that we've come up to do is we're going to have what we call a pop quiz, where whether we do it every show or from time to time, we're going to do the comic book Clobberin Time pop quiz, where one of the hosts of this show is going to challenge another to a quiz. We're going to do 5 questions, and we'll see how it goes.
Well, I was thinking about this last night. I wanted to do each. Okay, so each question is worth 10 points. All right.
Okay.
Oh.
I have 2.
So now there's math involved.
Huh?
So now there's math involved.
There is. You have 5 questions. You can't do the math of 5 questions. It's 10 points. It's 50 points.
Okay.
So 50 points, 5 stars, basically.
All right.
And then I got 2 extra credit ones, so you can try to, because some of these questions you might get. So anyways, on Wednesday or Thursday, I challenged. When we were like, let's do this with Coach Vic, and I was like, well, you know what? Pop quiz, Jamie Hood. I challenge you to a pop quiz about the West Coast Avengers. Now, I'm not talking the current West Coast Avengers. I'm not talking about the West Coast Avengers that'll be coming out after that. I'm talking about the 1980s West Coast Avengers. All right?
All right.
So I've done my research, and I hope you did yours too, because, Jamie, it's time for the pop quiz. Clobberin time. Let's start this. I have them right here, sealed, hermetically sealed in this envelope, so no one else but myself could see them. And no help from Coach Vic, because I know he knows all the questions and answers.
We're
All right, I'm
talking
going to
games
answer
from the 80s on the West Coast. Yeah.
All right, here we go. Oh, wait, this is the wrong package. See if I can get this open. Look at this. Beautiful.
Look at that.
Unbelievable.
That's high production right there.
That's what happens in quarantine. Overproduction.
This is what happens when you have too much time on your hands. All right, I'm going to see some easy ones here. No, wait. No easy ones.
All right.
All right. Jamie Hood. The Marvel 25th anniversary covers saw a single character's headshot surrounded by a border of Marvel's most famous superheroes. Who was the character featured on West Coast Avengers number 14?
It's probably wrong, but the obvious choice would be Hawkeye. I got it?
10 points. You got it.
All right.
For an extra 5 points, can you tell me what he was doing on that? Number 14.
I'll say looking at the viewer.
Is that your final question?
Yep.
Final answer?
That's my final answer.
Wrong. He was winking.
Okay.
He was winking at the viewer.
All right.
So that's that. You don't get that. All right. Okay. This is probably one of the harder ones.
Okay.
All right. I said, okay. In 1989, after leaving DC Comics, John Byrne returned to Marvel, taking over creative control. Do you get that? 5 times fast? Of West Coast Avengers, and rebooting the Vision during the Vision Quest story arc.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me the issue numbers in which the Vision Quest story arc ran? My oh my!
No, no. I will guess though. I will guess 54 to 57.
You are wrong, sir. Woo! Should I give you the answer? The answer is 42 to 45. They had the little Nabisco. If you go back, oh yeah, Dollar Ben Fodder, he had it. He said 45, but he didn't give the starting point. Actually, I'm telling you, that was some of the first comic books that I was actually going and buying because I love John Byrne and West Coast Avengers. I didn't really know too much about, but guess what? I ended up loving Hawkeye after that. And, it was a pretty good run. And I learned more about Wonder Man and Vision. Do you feel that destroyed Vision, or do you think that was best for Vision's career?
They kind of made him more interesting. I think they injected. Before he was just a character, kind of, and they had that whole wonky idea of he is an android and Scarlet Witch having children, and they'd never really explored, I don't think, up to that point how that happened or anything. So I think, isn't that one of the things they kind of dove into during that run?
All right. Well, thank you for your opinion. Next question. Every idea, good or bad, is usually the brainchild of one or more parents. Who are the credited creators of the West Coast Avengers?
Roger Stern and Bob Hall.
Whoa, 10 points. We got 2 in here, right? You got 20 points so far. I don't know if that's a passing grade. All right. Thanks a lot for that. For extra point, can you say who was the inker of that?
I'll go with Joe Rubenstein.
No. All right. Okay, so sorry. You don't get the points. So 20 points. Huh?
Who was it?
Brett Breeding.
Okay.
Randy. Okay. West Coast Avengers first appeared in a 4-issue limited series published from September to December 1984. Who were the original team members?
Hawkeye, Mockingbird, Tigra, Wonder Man, and Iron Man.
Give this man a 10-pointer. All right. 30 points.
That's like 18 people.
That's 5.
Well, that was 5 points. That's 5 people. So anyway. All right. For an extra 5 points, can you name those team members' secret identities?
I know one.
Okay, you had Clint Barton. What's Mockingbird? No, I don't know Tigers for sure.
For 2 points, can you tell me Iron Man?
How
about that? I'll give you a point for every secret identity you get right.
Okay, the Iron Man in that one was Rhodey.
Oh, you son of a gun.
So, who else was there? Hawkeye, Mockingbird, Tiger, Rhodey, and Simon Williams is Power Man.
Okay, you got 2 more points.
Yeah, I can't remember Tiger or Mockingbird.
What about Hawkeye?
Clint Barton.
Oh, you said okay. 3 points. So you got 33 points. I think that's kind of a passing grade so far. But let's keep going, folks. All right. For the final question.
David Letterman has people pick that up for him.
And we need the window breaking, like
I'll work on
that earlier.
Yep, we can do that.
Anyways, now with a sponsor, we can do it now.
Yep.
All right. The 80s West Coast Avengers consisted of a miniseries and a 102-issue run. What was the name of the Extreme 90s Dumpster Fire spinoff?
I read this in my studies this week.
It is so 90s, it is so extreme, and it is such a dumpster fire. If you can remember it, you win the game.
Yeah, it was something very of that era. What was it? Crap. Yeah, I got nothing. I know it was crazy. Yeah.
It was Force Works.
Force Works.
Force Works. Not as bad as Stream Justice. Actually, Stream Justice is better. But all right, folks. Thank you for playing, Jamie. You do get a C+. So it's a passing grade. Congrats, C+. And then for that, I'm going to be getting you one of these.
Oh,
A Bat Might Pop vinyl. You can only need one, right? It's not like Lay's potato chip, right?
We'll have to hide it in here so you don't know it's here. But yeah.
Look at the beautiful. You'll love it and you'll cherish it forever. And you'll remember the time that you got a passing grade on the Comic Book Clobberin Time Pop Quiz. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for playing. I'm your host, Bobby Dwanger. All right. Need theme music, the whole bit. We can do that.
Yep, we'll do that.
The C+, though, that's pretty good. You got...
I'll put together a soundboard for next time.
Yeah, I did probably as well as I thought I would.
Yeah. See, well, you got a C+. That's adequate.
Yeah. The studying helped. I did have to dive into like a little bit of research. Couldn't find him in the official handbook of the Marvel Universe though. So
but, Wikipedia helps, pal.
I didn't look under Avengers West Coast. I thought that question would come too. Like,
I gave that to you. I was one of your like, hey, when did they change to Avengers West Coast? What number? And you choked on that. So here's the thing. You can now challenge either me or Vic to a pop quiz for next time. But then the thing is, if you do it now, we'll have 2 weeks to study.
Well, that's okay. I am going to challenge Coach Vic on
pop quiz.
Jack Kirby.
Oh,
Jack Kirby.
Yep.
He didn't do a Black Panther run.
He created Black Panther. He bailed. He already bailed.
Ta-Nehisi Coates, Reginald Hudlin, and who else? Mark Texeira.
In the credits.
Well, we're gonna have.
But you saw Stanley and Jack Kirby before all those guys.
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
Oh. No, I was actually looking for some books last night.
You have to slim it down, man. You have to like do a focus on something that Jack Kirby did, because if you go his whole, he's not gonna be able to absorb all of Jack Kirby. And
I'm gonna be fair. I'm gonna do like the 5 basic questions everyone should know about Jack Kirby.
Oh, okay.
So,
he's white. He's a man. He's old.
He's dead.
Oh, he's dead.
Gee whiz, why don't you go for it?
All right, I got it.
All right. So you're gonna need to do a little bit of study.
Oh, I love to do research. This is stuff I should know about anyway. Ooh, this gives me an excuse to watch those documentaries that you've been telling me to watch.
Oh yeah,
Jack Kirby.
I was gonna say like the origin of Image Comics and Chris Claremont and things like that.
And the Donny Cates one, and yeah, they have nothing to do with Jack Kirby.
Look at the time I spent on this stuff. Beautiful, isn't it? Back, front and back, like a true game show host.
Yep.
Now you need I'll send you the font. You'll have to pick up the paper and print it off. Special for Coach Vic.
Okay.
What does Coach Vic win? Is Coach Vic gonna win anything if he gets a passing grade?
I'll come up with something.
Okay, that's great. Well, the challenger always has to put something up now. That's the new rule.
All right.
This will be something good, like that bat mite that I'm going to get you, because I know you want it.
It's funny. It's like I bought you a book, but maybe I should just save that and make it a prize.
Yeah, it's like instead of giving it to you, you got to win it now. You got to win it.
Who's your nerds right? You need the long, skinny microphone.
Yeah,
I do. Like one of those pipe ones. Like, hey, everybody.
Like, churches aren't using theirs now. I'm going to grab theirs.
Well, I was going to wear a jacket and a tie and stuff, but then I couldn't pimp this off, from T-24.com.
Right.
I'm overstepping my bounds now. Now you can expect to get your prize in maybe a month or two. I can send it to your house via hate mail. No.
We need to make like a presentation out of it next time you're here.
Yeah, there you go. Here, maybe I'll get it. I'll make it gold. I'll paint it gold, and I'll give it to you.
No, don't do that. If I got to own a pop, I don't want to paint it gold.
You don't want a special one?
I think we should give him the one from Buy Me Toys, though.
Oh, well, they aren't paying. They aren't sponsored.
No, the big Batman in front.
The 4-foot one.
Thanks, dorky.
Where am I going to put that? You see how I live?
Yeah, I need to get if we hey, Comics on the Mind's in here.
Hey, good to see you, Comics on the Mind.
Yeah, I need to get it. We need to do what I would actually like to do is a game show, like a Clobberin Time quiz show.
Yep.
And then maybe we can invite some of these guys. I don't know if they're,
Yeah, that's kind of the discussion Alan and I had this week. So yeah, he's going to partner with me. So we're going to pay for the StreamYard thing, so we can do overlays and a soundboard, that kind of thing.
Nice.
So we can develop like some kind of interactive quiz show, and have people from the community come on. We'll figure out the scheduling.
Make it a great, like you get 3 contestants, you have a host asking the questions, and then you have the producer off the side making sure people aren't cheating.
Yep. Yep.
So lawyer.
So yeah, that's what we're gonna be working on. We'll get something figured out, and hopefully be fun. But if anybody,
it'll be a drag.
If anybody has any ideas or
wants to be a part of it, anybody wants to be a contestant,
yeah, man, get a hold of either of us on IG. Leave a comment in the comments of this video, and we'll definitely be looking for some people to come on and have some fun.
Now with the quiz show, would it be focused on one subject, or would we do an array of subjects in one time?
I think we should do it on, as long as it's something to do with comic books, and maybe even we keep it to superheroes.
Will that consist of movies, or?
I think if it's not too like get too deep, like who was the producer on Blade?
Who directed the original Superman?
All right.
You say superheroes. Here's how I've been doing some research. So Sergeant Fury and the Howling Commandos, they're just regular heroes.
Well, they're just soldiers.
Yeah, but so is Nick Fury
comic book heroes
Shield
considered a superhero? I would say yes.
I think that's what
comic book heroes.
Avengers last night.
Gotcha.
Oh, wait, so if you're just doing superheroes, we can't do Little Lulu and Archie comics?
No Hello Kitty.
Archie.
If I'm going to be a part of this, we're all inclusive, pal. We're all inclusive.
Okay, what do you know about Little Lulu?
I know her name.
So let's assume everyone.
That's what studying is for, man. That's what's making a better brain, a comic book brain. You got to be a comic book brain. You need to study this. This will help you in life sometime. Maybe not, but I don't care. I just want to ask the questions. I don't have to answer them.
There you go. All right. Well, let's do one more segment real quick before we get off here. So we want to talk about the anatomy of a comic book, and I just grabbed some examples. Coach Vic is from time to time, asked things about. Let's see here.
Ooh, beautiful. That's a red cover. You could have used that a while ago.
This is when Fantastic Four came up as the topic. This is the book that came to mind. I passed on it just purely because I had no idea what my opponent had.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
And I wouldn't have pulled this out because it's the reprint. If I'd had the original one, I would have gone for it. Because look, there it is. Clobberin. So there are certain things that when I think about a comic book that are always there.
Ooh, look at that Marshall Rogers beauty.
So for DC, there would always be the DC Bull logo. For Marvel, there would always be the Marvel Comics bar. The fact that they've gotten away with that is, I mean, they don't make comics for me anymore, but when I think of a comic book, that's what they all have that. The milestone logo. So we've got, I don't think I pulled any direct editions. So we've got the UPC code, and he's asked questions from time to time. Why do we see a character there sometimes? Those would have been direct edition versions, which we see more of. From the 80s forward, you see everything shifting from this that would have been scanned at a grocery store or drugstore to the face or a Spider-Man or something like that, where a comic shop wouldn't have had a barcode scanner.
It doesn't have one either.
It's too new.
I mean, it wouldn't have a barcode scanner, though?
It might be on the back.
Oh.
Let's see. Looking for... Okay. So one of the funnest things for me, even besides the comics themselves, are whenever we see cool ads.
Yeah.
Hostess ran this series of ads back in the day, and
you remember those Hostess apple pies? I'm sorry, I ain't seen those in forever.
I know, right?
Oh, they're around. Yeah, I love those Hostess. I also love the Olympic Sales Club, or
Yep.
Captain O. You ever seen those?
Yeah, I didn't find one of those. I found some of the other.
Like, call Jenny. She's waiting to take your order. That's kind of it, right? That's the old one. Oh, the Seeds. That's the Seeds ones. There was a comedian named Rich Hall that.
There's Captain O.
There he is. There's Captain O. I love him. I want to make a T-shirt with him on there, and the operator. I want a big shirt of her. Just the operator.
So you'd see ads like this. You see a lot of these types of ads on the back of older comics, Bronze Age and before, where the deal was, and I did this for a couple of years. I didn't make tons of money, but get prizes or make money or get prizes for selling. What are we selling? Seeds, flower seeds, vegetable seeds, and you get little testimonials from these kids at the top of how well they did. And they ran this probably the same kid.
Pop quiz I shot, yeah.
10 or 15 years. They had the same kids, so it never changed.
Yeah, I think those are missing children. I don't think those are.
But you'd spend hours.
Have you seen these kids?
You'd spend hours just going through like all the different prizes. You know, you get it.
Actually, Jamie, maybe next time I have the old Olympic sales like catalog and stuff. If I can find it, I'll show it off.
Okay, that'd be cool. You always saw these two ads in so many comics. You get the.
Where's the sea monkeys at?
Oh, I've got one in here somewhere. The Red Revolutionary War soldiers. Only $2.50. The price did go up over the time. If you go back to older comics, you'd find the same ad, but they'd be less expensive. I'd look at this ad like for hours.
I want the X-ray vision glasses, Duddy.
I've got some somewhere.
Do they work?
No. They just screw with your eyes to make you see double vision, and it kind of makes it look like you're seeing.
Is it like 3D glasses?
No.
Like if you had actual X-ray vision, what would you see? I mean, like you wouldn't be able to control it. Anyway, Shogun Warriors.
Shogun Warriors is cool, but you usually found these ads for posters for all the big time.
Oh, they had the Kona ads.
All the heartthrob posters.
I want those Saturday Night Live posters from back in the day that were done by John Belushi's wife. I thought those are cool.
Let's see what else is in this one. I think Sea Monkeys is in this one.
Yeah, like in 50s and 60s, I think they had Captain Tootsie. Remember Captain Tootsie? Tootsie Roll.
Oh,
he looked a lot like Captain Marvel.
I always felt like I struck gold if I picked up the comic that had like the Saturday morning cartoon schedule in it.
Is that?
Nice.
Yeah.
And this ad was done by Neil Adams' studio. So this would have been in the era kind of after he got out of comics, and this is what his Continuity Studios was doing, this kind of advertising work. So that's why these actors' images look like Neil Adams drawings, because they were either him or somebody he was coaching.
There's also one done by Joe Kubert that was funny.
Daisy rifles, BB guns.
Got nothing on the Red Rider, but okay. That's all I know about guns.
Red Rider. You shoot your eye out, kid.
Is that a model car in the back?
Yeah. A lot of model car ads on the back.
If you have any insert for Mego toys, there was several times it was done by Joe Kubert, and it was weird looking.
How many times have we seen this guy's face on a comic?
That's my father.
One of them I've got here. This is on the back cover.
When push over to see that like Thor guy.
Yeah, what's up
with the bee on there? He's awesome. I remember him so much. That was the one guy I was like, oh man, I think he would make a great T-shirt as well. And don't forget Charles Atlas over there in the corner there.
I noticed him.
One of these
beefcake.
A bigger Charles Atlas in it somewhere.
That's what you were looking for.
Yeah. Well, this is exciting TV.
It's the comic book ads version. This is nostalgia. I mean, it's weird that we can love ads.
Part of what was fun was reading both the letter page, and then Stan had the Stan soapbox. DC had like Ask the Answer Man, where you could come up with questions. You'd ask him about DC history and things like that.
You have one with the Corgi superhero cars on it, where they're all like running.
No.
Watch it.
And see, and this is an interesting contrast between like the books of the day, which they wouldn't dare waste space or waste pages, I guess, with ads with those type of ads anymore. Or is it that people won't pay for those type of ads?
Sea monkeys in the hills.
I can tell you from experience, it costs $15,000 to place an ad in Marvel Comics these days. A one-page ad.
A full page ad?
Yeah.
That's cheap, isn't it? I mean, how many copies are they making? Like 100,000 or so?
On the best-selling comics. But yeah, the ads appear in every comic for that month. So this is what I also thought was fun.
Mile High. Is Mile High around anymore? I think they closed down, didn't they?
No, they're still open. But the reason I bring this up is because you can look up the prices on comics. So Giant Size X-Men #1, and this was in 1982. You buy Giant Size X-Men #1 for $55.
In 82?
Yeah. You get a Tomb of Dracula 10 for $2.
I saw that the other day.
A Tomb of Dracula 10 for $2.
I think so. No, not for $2.
Hulk 181, $16. I think I got $16 in my pocket. And then the interesting thing is the most expensive book on the whole page, I doubt if you're going to be able to see it, but it's Conan #1. A couple of people in the community landed that book this week.
Yeah.
And that was an $80 book.
$80 back in 82?
Yeah, unless it might be 60. But in either case, it's the most expensive book on the whole ad. More than Giant Size X-Men #1. And so back then, Giant Size X-Men #1 was the same price as X-Men '94. They were both $55. So, but getting back to the whole anatomy thing. So down on the first, you've always got the splash page on the first page that kind of gives a snapshot of what the story is going to be about. Sometimes it leads into the story. Sometimes it's just a second cover. We got the indicia down at the bottom.
You see this?
Yeah.
You know what this is? Besides Fred Flintstone, Punk Fred Flintstone?
What?
These are, it's a chase variant of the pop vinyls, or the pop soda pops. They come in the cans like this.
Okay.
You see? There's He-Man. These are the variants. And I'm lucky to get these. I order them off of eBay. I think I got this one from Buy Me Toys. But, yeah, I just open them up. And there's one out of, 1,000,
So
Yeah.
places like Mile High, who you would think, basically, this is a distributorship. They aren't even getting books, right?
No. Yeah, going back to that whole thing with DC going to different distributors. One of them is, I guess, has ties to Midtown, and the other one has ties to DCBS, who is the other big kind of discount. Well, their name is Discount Comic Book Service. So they do a subscription service that offers discounts on their comics.
Now, is this going to revolutionize comic book distribution now and like split up Diamond? Because there was like 1 billion of them back in the day.
Kind of the immediate reaction from retailers, it's mixed. Some of them, I think retailers would like to have a second distributor. I don't think they want a second distributor in the midst of everything they're going through right now.
Mm-hmm.
They just want their comics. They want it to be as simple as possible.
Right.
So,
well, I can see people that get used to getting their stuff from one teat. They're going to be like, oh no, there's another teat over here. I can't be going on that. It's like wrestling, because WWE was the only thing for so long, and then AEW came out, and then people that have said they wanted something different the whole time, they're complaining about it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So it's weird to me. So it'd be like this distribution thing. People were always complaining about Diamond, that it's a monopoly, it's blah, 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 it's this. And now that it has a chance to pop out, people are going to complain about it. Hey, Captain Comics is in here.
And I've always said that competition makes for better business. I mean, to use your wrestling analogy, back when the WWF had WCW, they were both primo products. But once the WWF ran WCW out of business, WWF went downhill, in my humble opinion.
Yeah.
Competition. It'd be interesting to see if there's another big distributorship came out there that would lower the price of comic books even.
I don't think anybody's expecting lower prices. I think retailers would like to take more, get a bigger slice of the pie.
What I'm saying is the retailers could get them cheaper. I mean, we'd still pay the same.
I think retailers would be happier if they could get comics that weren't damaged. I hear that's a huge problem with Diamond. That final order cutoff was handled a little bit differently. I think if you ask, most think that there are too many variant covers and all that kind of thing.
Still looking for the flail fish cover.
Hey, I was going to say, I got a question for Captain Comics. If he's still wearing his pirate outfit. Wearing your pirate outfit?
That's your everyday attire, Captain Comics. Good to see you, by the way. Also,
I popped huge for that. I was like, all right, I like this guy. I was rooting for him to win.
I also want to shout out Escargot T80. He's here. And you'd mentioned Comics on the Mind. Thanks for coming this morning. I think we're going to wrap this up, but just a few kind of last minute announcements. Again, I'll be on the Boyad Sevens charity auction today, auctioning off a sketch cover. So keep an eye on that. There are a lot of books for sale in that auction. I also mentioned all the auctions later on tonight. Comic Kid 84, Hero Through Burrow, Lords of the Long Box. I think all three are going head-to-head auction-wise tonight.
And Comicgories comes on tonight.
And Comicgories also on Boyad 7 channel. So for us, we've got on Monday, we've got Issue at Hand with Hialeah Comic Bro.
Monday?
which I'm never invited to. I'm never invited to it.
Where we'll be talking about Uncanny X-Men 140.
Ooh.
Got my trusty issue here. And we'll be chopping that up, getting to know Hialeah a little bit better.
Yeah, I can't wait to talk to Hialeah and talk about this book. I got questions.
Okay. We've got our next guest lined up for that show, so we'll announce it during that show. And so
when am I going to be a guest on that show?
Well, I've got somebody booked for May. Are you available in June?
No.
Okay. Well,
I'm not going to be a guest on that show. No.
I'm telling you, once this quarantine's over, I'm going to be in Jamaica or something. I don't know. Be gone.
Gonna get out of town.
Mm-hmm. I'll just be here. I'll just be dressed up. You'll never see me.
We'll put a green screen behind you and put an island back there.
Of the drinks.
Yeah. So we'll be back again with Comic Book Clobberin time in 2 weeks, where I'll be challenging Coach Vic to a pop quiz about Jack Kirby. And the violence will ensue. Not violence, but we'll have fun. So thanks for coming out, everybody. Thanks, Al, for stopping in, being co-host with us, Coach Vic in the background. And remember, faith, family, comic books. We'll see you next time.